Awesome. Got a bunch of people showing up. I love it. People will probably continue to show up here. Man, okay. So a couple of things I want to talk about today, and then I really just want to open it up for questions because, man, Caleb and I have been talking to a lot of churches lately, answering a lot of questions. And so far, I've noticed a lot of people have the same questions. So I'd like to dive in. Jill Waltz, good to see you on here. So let's kind of we'll dive in and do some Q&A here. Here's what's up. This is just a couple of thoughts that I've had and that I've been seeing here. I'm curious, just by kind of raising your hand, I've got it on gallery view so I can see everybody. For those of you guys who have the video on, just by raising hands, how many of you guys are online services? All right, it's pretty much everybody just 100% online. Josh, I know you're still in pre-launch phase, so okay. So just about everybody is. So here's the deal. If you guys have a streaming platform just yet, I was on like a webinar for Church Online a couple days ago, and man, they're like newest version of Church Online. Like at my church, I think we still use like their old version or something, but man, their new version is off the hook, and it has, my favorite part about it is that it has a chat section, right? So one of the coolest things that I think is with all this online stuff, right? People are disconnected, and so one of the things that I think is really going to be helpful is if you have one of your volunteers, one of your staff members, right? Somebody from your team, or if possible, even multiple people inside of the chat, kind of manning the comments and talking, right? What we really need to do is turn these, so a lot of us has been kind of like scrambling the last couple of weeks, like, oh, we got to get our live stream up. We got to get a better camera. We got to make sure that we're on Facebook Live. And how do we live stream on our church website too? And then should we be on Insta and should we be on YouTube, right? So everyone's kind of figured it out. The biggest problem that I'm seeing right now is we basically have these two-dimensional live streams where we just like put up a video and hope people watch it and connect with it and love it and everything's good. What we really need to be doing is creating conversations, right? So if you guys have ever been on like a Ryan Wakefield Facebook Live, he does this better than anyone I've ever seen. Wakefield's a good friend. He's also a freaking genius. And one of the things that he does all the time is in whether he's in the Church Marketers Facebook group or the Church Marketing University for all his members, he'll always have somebody, sometimes it's Ryan Keller, sometimes it's other people from his team, but they're in the comments and kind of facilitating the conversation. So while he's teaching, he might be teaching a framework or doing some Q&A, but then people are in there responding and saying like, oh, like he interviewed me one time, right? And people, like, it was cool because I kept seeing people like writing back my quotes and stuff I'd said, right? So as I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, guys, listen, the currency of the world is attention, right? And then also people are like, oh, dang, the currency of the world is attention, right? But what was cool is it starts pointing it out to other people that they're like, oh, I just kind of breezed over that and didn't realize that. If we can get that same thing happening with our sermons, right? And where people are talking about that, it's like, oh my gosh. And they're like, man, I love this scripture. This is one of my favorite chapters of the Bible. Like, oh my gosh, that's so good. Hey, what was that scripture reference again? And we're actually creating conversation in the comments. I really think that's kind of the next level that we need to take this thing. So, you know, as you're getting your live stream on point and you're getting everything on, you know, Facebook and Instagram or YouTube or your website or however you're doing your live stream, finding a way to be able to do comments. Facebook Live makes it super easy because you can be on there and you can be doing comments, right? But actually having a little bit of a plan for it and just having at least one person, if not, you know, 2 or 3 or 4. And again, they can be volunteers, they can be staff members, however it is. It can be you if you're pre-recording your service and then putting it on there. But just having someone in the comments typing those things out and encouraging conversation, right? So just say, hey guys, we're all at home, we're all online church. So when you hear, you know, when you hear, you know, something that sticks out, whether it's a scripture or a quote or something, man, just throw it into the comments so we can all kind of, you know, just keep the conversation going. And it's going to keep people, people are going to learn way more because it's active listening, right? They're not like sitting there multitasking, trying to like make breakfast for their kids and also listen to the live stream and all stuff. They're actually engaged in active listening. But then number 2 is it's really just going to create that sense of community that we're missing out on since everyone's at home watching the live stream, right? Like one of my favorite parts of church, my wife always gives me a hard time because we get there. And if I'm not leading worship that morning, I'm always in the lobby talking to people and I'm like coming in late. And it's like everything that we as worship leaders hate that everybody does when they come in like during like the 2nd or 3rd or 4th song. I do when I'm not leading worship, because I'm out there like talking to everybody and like seeing people and I'm meeting new families. I'm like, hey, look, dude, let's go talk to them, right? Like, I love that stuff. And with being stuck at home, kind of quarantined, we all don't have that. So the best way to create that right now that I know of is going to be in the comments. So again, if you're pre-recording your services, I recommend you're in the comments with some other people from your team as well. If you are live streaming and you're preaching, then I recommend you have people from your team, again, volunteers, staff members, whoever it is, just kind of moderating those comments and just kind of leading, right? So they're actually pointing out points in your sermon that they like, or quoting scriptures, but they're also encouraging other people and commenting on other people, right? Because it's and you guys have probably done it whenever you like post something, but then nobody says anything. Like everyone like immediately wonders like, oh crap, was that a crappy thing to post? Did I just look like an idiot? Does everyone think that was totally stupid, that I shouldn't have just reposted the scripture in Luke 5, right? But then when somebody was like, oh yeah, like great scripture, Abbo, I love that scripture in Luke 5, like, oh, okay, cool, I don't look like an idiot, perfect, right? So part of moderating those is not only talking, but also commenting on people who are comments and just keeping the conversation going, even asking questions, right? Like, so that's the number one thing that I think is really big. Number two, so I was watching some stuff this week, and I love this. I actually saw this on Brady Shear. Had a video out and was talking about this. If you guys haven't checked this out, totally check this out, because in fact, I'll post it in the chat. I'll see if I can find the actual link, and I'll just post in the chat, make it super easy for you guys. But one of his videos that he just put out this week, if you guys don't know Brady, he runs Pro Church Tools, has a YouTube channel and a podcast. And one of his videos that he did recently, he talked about this, and I literally thought, I'm going to steal that and teach that forever. So I'm giving Brady credit now, but next time I'm going to be like, man, a wise man once said, and then by the third time you guys hear me say it, I'll be like, it's like I always say, right? So that's, so right now I'm giving Brady props, but he has it's basically like a 7-day social media framework for what should be posted on social, right? So the thing that we always have to remember, and I was just talking to a couple of churches about this morning, is remembering that social is a conversation. It's the whole reason social media kind of exploded and became what it is it started as a conversation. It still is a conversation. Too many times we put out content and then expect people to consume our content instead of trying to create a conversation. So one of the best ways to do that, and I think Brady even has a download of like 39 of these questions that you can take, but he talked about there was a church that went viral that posted a question. And again, it's like one of Brady's questions that he puts out there, but it was true or false, oatmeal raisin is the best type of cookie. Okay, now you don't expect like a church to put out a question like this, but this church, and I think it was a small church, they had like 139 comments and the entire thing went viral, right? Because here's the deal. If you're asking people like, hey, so when do you think the rapture will take place? Right? Like, man, like, so, what do you guys think of, I don't know, enter theological question or Bible question, right? Everyone's like, I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to say anything. I don't know the Bible that well, right? But everybody knows what type of cookie's good, right? So that's why that post went viral. And now you have all these people who are just getting comments on your post. It's creating conversation, right? And then you're just jumping in and say like, all you guys are heathens from hell. Nobody eats oatmeal raisin. Everybody knows that chocolate chip was the preferred cookie of Jesus, right? Like, but you can have fun, you can joke, and you can actually create conversations. And again, now it's just creating community, and people are talking on things like that, right? So basically, Brady was recommending, he had something that you could post every single day, and like twice a week, he recommends posting a question like that. And man, I love that. So again, I'm stealing it from Brady, totally his idea, but I love it. And it's just these low barrier of entry questions. So yeah, Ezra, you got a question?
Yeah, do you recommend posting those in stories or as posts or both?
So yeah, I would do both. I think post is where you're gonna get the most comments, right? Like but stories is probably a good idea too, just because especially Facebook stories right now, they're getting so much organic juice because Facebook is pushing Facebook stories, right? Everyone knows how well Instagram stories are working and have for a while. I mean, gosh, millennials right now, like most people between the ages of like 18 to 29, the way that they get ready in the morning is they literally take their phone and like prop it up on the mirror like this, open up Instagram and just click on stories. And then while they're like brushing their teeth and doing their makeup and doing their hair and stuff like that. They just have Instagram stories just scrolling, and that's how they stay on top of news and how they're staying on top of all their friends and what's going on. So that's huge. Facebook is trying to push that same platform onto Facebook. And so whenever you post an Instagram story, I recommend also posting it to Facebook. It literally says, do you also want to post this on Facebook story? Yes. Click that, post it to Facebook. And now you're going to get you're going to reach a ton more people on Facebook because they're showing that to way more people and to try to push and reward Facebook stories. The same way Facebook did when Facebook Live first became a thing. Is like, you notice if you post something on social, less than 3% of the people who like your page see it. But when Facebook Live first came out and you went out there, it was like 50% of the people, right? So it's like if you have 1,000 likes on your Facebook page and you posted like true or false, the best type of cookie is oatmeal raisin, right? About 30 of those 1,000 people would see it. And then the more likes and comments and shares it got, then the more Facebook would show it to people. But if you did Facebook Live, you're like, what's up, guys? Hey, true or false? Right? The best type of cookie is oatmeal raisin. All of a sudden, it was like, poof, it showed it to like 500 of those 1,000 people, right? And then, and your Facebook Live, the reach has gone down now because they've gotten it out there, but they're doing the same thing with stories. So right now, great question, Ezra. I would do it on both, but I would definitely make sure to be posting everything to Instagram story and then just also post it to Facebook stories because you get so much free organic reach on Facebook right now. All right, let's see. Anybody else have any questions specifically on anything with social media, YouTube, church website, live stream, any of that kind of stuff?
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up, G?
Hey, so we just started doing, our online services and we're getting the people coming in as subscribers to that.
Yeah.
Just a quick question, technically is the only way that I can go get those people's subscription information to go straight to ManyChat, pull it out and then dump it into Text and Church manually?
Yeah. Right now, that's the best way to do it. You can send out text messages through ManyChat, right? But if you already have Text and Church, right, I'd recommend just, basically like at the end of every week, like maybe on like Friday or Saturday, I would take all the people that signed up for notifications, pull them out, and then just dump them into like a custom group inside of Text and Church and send them out that way. That's right now. That's the only way to do it. But you can literally just like click on those and pull them up and download everybody that way.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Just wanted to check.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. What's up, Scott Cox?
What's up, guys? So trying to figure out the best way we're doing some weird stuff. So like worship, we're trying to do over Zoom, and Zoom will only allow us to shoot to Facebook and YouTube at one at a time, right? Okay. And so we're using OBS and we're trying to shoot things to different places. Occasionally there's hiccups. But we're trying to find the best way from two different sites to have worship, and we do live at two different places, the message and then worship at another place. And so when we tried to do Facebook and YouTube, obviously we found out you get one or the other with Zoom. And so any random things that I just haven't caught through the barrage of emails and posts that are going on in our life that just provides a cure to that?
Yes, I would say that the easiest, so especially in this time right now, I think simple always wins, right? So whatever is the simplest way. What I would recommend is use Zoom and go live to YouTube, right? And then it'll always live on YouTube afterwards. So super easy to send people the replay and everything. And then I would just grab a phone and set up a phone right there and have the phone go live to Facebook. Because a phone works perfectly for Facebook Live. It works great and same type of thing. And you can literally like set it up right, right by your camera. I've actually done this recently where I literally like just prop it up next to my computer, and I have that going live to Facebook. And then I've been on a Zoom call or like a YouTube live before. So I would use Zoom to go to YouTube, and then I would use a phone to go to Facebook. And if you have another phone, like you can grab Charity's phone, right, and stream live to Instagram, right? Like why not? So now like you're like, what's up, guys? Man, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, we're live on Instagram. Let's go, right? And so now you're just hitting all those platforms, and why not, right? Like it doesn't cost anything to post on them, so you might as well do as many as possible. Yeah.
What about
Awesome.
using Restream?
Restream, is that a company?
Yeah, it's a company. I think it's .io. We're looking into it right now because we can post everything. I don't think Instagram, but we can post to YouTube and Facebook and all these other platforms simultaneously.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if you guys are familiar with it.
So I'm not familiar with it, but yeah, if there's something out there that'll allow you to just send like one stream into it and then it'll literally shoot it out to all the different platforms, I'm 100% for it. I think that's awesome.
I think the other thing that's cool is you can communicate with all the platforms at once. So you can be chatting. We're looking into it for this week, but the guys that are on our team are looking at it and they said it's amazing because you can just be having all these chats simultaneously just from one platform.
Wow. Okay. So I just pulled it up. I'm going to put this in the chat here as well, which Caleb already put that 39 copy and paste questions for churches on social media that we're talking about from Brady. He put that in there. I just put restream.io. I'll share my screen right now. Here's what it looks like, which is pretty dope. So Ezra, thanks for telling us about it. Let me see if I can, There we go. Boost your views. And that's what it looks like, right? One live that goes to all these other different places. Restream allows you to stream live to 30 plus social media platforms at once. That's my kind of software right there, where you can do the work once, but then, put it in as many different places as possible. That looks awesome. So yeah, Ezra, thanks, bro. That's all. I'm definitely gonna take a look at that.
For sure.
That's awesome. Let's see. You know what I was gonna do is I was gonna pull up that YouTube video that I was telling you guys about. So again, if you guys aren't following, like Ryan Wakefield from in the Church Marketers group, Church Marketers Facebook group. He also runs Church Marketing University. Brady Shear, who's running Pro Church Tools. And then Tyler Smith, who runs Text and Church, is putting out some great content right now. So all three of those guys, Brady Shear, Ryan Wakefield, and Tyler Smith are three guys to follow right now. They're putting out a ton of great content on like basically how to navigate this whole digital world that we're in right now. And I've been literally just going through and just taking a look at a ton of those guys. There's a bunch of leadership guys too, like Carey Nieuwhof is putting out a bunch of great stuff. So is Craig Rochelle. Both of them have leadership podcasts that are awesome. But specifically for like social media and everything we're trying to figure out right now, Ryan Wakefield, Brady Shear, and Tyler Smith are awesome. Okay, I also just put that in the chat. That's the video that I was telling you guys about. Perfect, Josh. Thanks for posting that. That's the Church Online platform. They have this. I don't know if it was I guess it wasn't a webinar. I basically clicked over there just to see if they had some type of chat thing for our church. And sure enough, like there was like some live stream you could jump right into. And I was asking, I was like, man, this is awesome. Is this live? It was like worship going on. And it was like 93 people in the chat talking. I was like, this is exactly what I was looking for. It's like a webinar for churches, basically, right? And it was awesome. And there were 4 or 5 hosts in there answering questions, commenting on what everybody's saying. It's like, it's literally exactly what you should be doing. And I asked them if it was live. They said it was actually pre-recorded. And then what they do, actually, let me pull this up. I've been doing a ton of research lately this week, finding out, okay, what are different churches doing? What are different leaders doing and stuff? And how can we be more effective? And if I can pull this up, I love what Life Church is doing right now, which obviously they are the ones who created the Church Online platform. Yeah, all right, let me share this page with you guys. I thought this was dope right here. Okay, so this is on their website when you go to Church Online, right? So here it is. Next event starts in 7 minutes and 26 seconds. You can click on the reminder and it actually adds like a calendar invite to your like iCal or Google Calendar or something. But then they are literally like live streaming the Sunday morning sermon like all day long, every single day, right? So like literally like at 1 o'clock, 2:30, 5:30, 7, 8:30, and 10 p.m. And literally you can just like click on the invite and then you can actually send an invite to your friends. I don't know if that's part of the Church Online platform. If it is, I'm an even bigger fan, or if that's some other type of tool that they're using, or if they had one of their developers custom code that. I'm not sure, but that is super cool. You can literally just go in there and listen to entities, and I love the fact that you can sign up for different like custom reminders and stuff like that. So I had a church ask me this week, should we air our live stream? and it was probably about a week ago. And I was like, man, I think 2 or 3 times on a Sunday morning is good. After looking at what some different churches are doing, especially guys like Hillsong and Life Church and Elevation and Judah Smith and Chad Beach and all those guys, like, man, I really think that showing it all day long. I think my church this Sunday, like we had service, and I think we were live at 9 and 11, and then literally just re-showed like the 11 o'clock. So it was like 9, 11, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11 o'clock that night, right? And it was just like, okay, so if your streaming software allows you to do that, why not just show that every single day on your website, right? And allow people to be able to go check that out. So just a suggestion. And again, I know that the Church Online platform allows you to do that. I'm not sure about other ones. But with that one, when I was asking about it, they said, yep, you can literally just, they call it simulated live stream, where you upload your video and then say, okay, show it at these times. And you literally just say all the times that you want it to show live. So you could literally just every 2 hours, 7 days a week, you could have all that one going, right? And then the newest one airs at 10 o'clock on a Sunday and then goes 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, however you want to do it. But so I've changed my mind on that. At first, I thought it was best just to do Sunday morning like you normally did. Now, nope, I've totally flipped. And I think why not just show it as many times as humanly possible in case someone's out there, they're bored, they're at home, they're on social media, or they're on your website, they're looking for hope. Why wouldn't you just always have that sermon plan? So I love that idea. All right, let me show you guys one more thing, and then we'll take a couple of questions here before we end. So I came across this website. I'm also going to throw this in the chat, but I'm super intrigued. And so it's still brand new, so I haven't even used it yet, but it's called ribbit.com. So let me share this. So this is, let me actually see if I can pull up one of these. So it's specifically if your church has a YouTube channel, and they have a free, like I think their basic version is like free, and the other one's like $7 a month, right? So it's nothing crazy, but you can literally go in there and you can create like your own website for your YouTube channel. Now, the reason I really like this is because, one, it makes this like little website of this page, basically gives you like a skin and you can pick different themes. So it makes it look really cool, but it also eliminates the problem with YouTube is that someone could be on there like watching either your live stream or one of the replays of your videos, but immediately YouTube is like, hey, have you looked at Stephen Furtick? Hey, check out Craig Rochelle. What about Andy Stanley, right? And they show you all these different things. So next thing you know, like people are like binge watching other churches and stuff, right? And that's great. Like we want them to get out there, but if we want them to consume more of your content, right? We don't want them like coming to your church and then halfway through they're like, whoa, Dude Perfect, and they go over here and watch a Dude Perfect video, right? So with Ribbit, it keeps it all in one kind of video that you can send people there to watch it. So let me show you. I'll share my screen here real quick. And again, I'm still brand new to this one, but somehow in here, yeah, I think it was in design. So if you guys can see this, right? YouTube, Twitch, Vimeo, Wistia, but literally it allows you to like create these, and it's all drag and drop, so it's super easy. You basically create this website that I think automatically, if you like upload it to your YouTube channel, it'll automatically get uploaded to this, which is really cool. So I think I was in the designs section. Yeah, let's see if we can find one of these. More designs. Sure, let's try this one. Okay, so like this one, it literally like, you know, here's all the thumbnails, but this is like what the website looks like, right? So you got like your little profile picture up here. You still got like kind of a cover image, almost like a Facebook or something. You've got about and a few other links, so you could link back to your church website and all that kind of stuff, right? And I would actually put on your website, just have like, you know, videos or messages, right? Or you know, on-demand sermons, whatever it is, and then link straight to this page. You could have a link that goes back to your website, but then it just pulls in all your videos here with these really cool looking thumbnails and stuff, right? And there's all different ways to organize it, right? But it's just, this is a super clean looking interface. The whole website looks good. Here's the mobile view, which is kind of cool. So you can literally look at all the different ones and show how good like mobile, but this is so clean. It looks so much better than YouTube. and it's just your videos. There's nobody else. It's not suggesting anybody else. It's all yours. So again, there's a free version and there's a $7 a month one. So if you haven't switched over and started doing YouTube yet, I definitely recommend putting all of your messages, starting a YouTube channel and putting it on there, because YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. It's second only to Google, and it's owned by Google, right? Google now puts YouTube videos in their search engine. So if somebody goes on Google and searches for something, they'll usually put 2 or 3 YouTube videos in the search results on page 1 as well. So even if your SEO isn't on point, you can still show up if you have really great YouTube videos. So and just as an aside, YouTube is literally, it's growing at twice the rate of Facebook right now. 95% of people in Generation Z are on YouTube daily for an average of at least an hour a day. 95%, and it's literally bigger than Yahoo and Bing and every other search engine combined. The only one that it's smaller than is Google, and it's owned by Google. Ezra, do you have a question, bro?
Yeah, we're kind of late to the YouTube game, so we're just getting all of our content on there and working through that. I know to get your own unique URL, you have to get to like 100 subscribers. How do you recommend doing that? Like we're like 50, but how do you recommend, like, without feeling, I don't know.
Yeah, so I have some thoughts. Scott, do you have an answer to that?
We did it in one day. Okay, so we had no subscribers, including me. I hadn't even subscribed to our page, right? If Chris knew this, he'd have been like, this is why this isn't working. You got to fix that. But listen, I threw it out there and I said, hey, to fix some of our streaming issues that we're having online, we need 100 subscribers. So I encouraged all of our people to share the page on their Facebook link. So they shared it to their friends, and all they had to do is click subscribe. And then we encouraged them to click the bell as well. So every time we go live or we upload a video, then they get a notification. So subscribe and bell, and literally in one day. Now here's my problem. I found out that I did that for a personal page, and then I had to migrate it over to a branded page. So you want to make sure you got branded page. So you have 100 subscribers, you got 30 days you got to have, and you have to have at least 3 videos uploaded, and there's something else. But I mean, you can do it in one day because we're a church of 100 people. We did it in one day. So you could do it. Like literally you take your link to just your page, make sure you have a header. You have to have a header on there and an icon. And you share it, and I'm not kidding you, you'll watch it go, and people who you don't even know will start clicking on it just to help you do what you got to do. Even other churches will do it just to help you.
That's awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's great.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Scott. Ezra, the other thing I would do is, so if you have an email newsletter, like hit up the email newsletter, right, and just link straight to the channel. Hey, we just started a brand new YouTube channel. Man, go in there, like click, and subscribe to it or whatever, so you get all the notifications. We're going to be uploading a bunch of new videos for the next couple of weeks. And send out that same message. Like if you have a text message list through like Texting Church, text it out, right, with a link, send it out through email newsletter, and then 100% go into ManyChat and send out a custom broadcast to everybody that subscribed to your ManyChat, right? Like you're gonna have 93% open rates, and people are sitting at home, they're on social media and they're bored. So send it straight to there, right? Hey, here's the link. Click here, go over there and subscribe. Yeah, and you might just do what Scott did, just hit it in one day and be blown away. Which and then telling people, like, so especially whenever you do a YouTube specific video, tell people within the first 30 seconds, all right, like, hey guys, if you like this video, man, make sure to click like the thumbs up, and then hit that subscribe button so that you can see more videos. And if you hit the little bell, you'll actually get notified every single time we upload new content, right? So you want to say at the beginning and end of every video. A lot of people make the mistake of waiting till the end, but not everybody gets to the end. Or if they hear you wrapping up, they're like, okay, they click on the next video. So you say it within the first 60 seconds, right? 30 to 60 seconds. And then also say it at the end, remind people to like the video if they liked it, subscribe, and click on the notifications, a little bell, so they get more content whenever you upload it.
Hello, my name's Eric. How are you doing?
Hey, doing great. How you doing, Eric?
It's something that might help you out that I use in my real estate business that I learned from one of the top realtors in the country who has one of the largest YouTube things out there. Is in the chat, I'm going to paste a bit of dialogue you can put at the end of every YouTube URL. And what it does is it automatically pops up the subscribe yes, and almost everybody clicks yes. So it essentially creates an auto subscription if you just paste this little bit of code at the end of every YouTube link, and it dramatically boosts the number of subscriptions you have.
Bro, that's awesome. Thanks for that. That's great, man. Thank you, Eric.
Can you put that code in the chat? here, like that would be amazing if you have a way or a recommendation.
Boom. Yeah.
Eric, are you saying, okay, no, there you go.
Yep, he just put it in there.
So at the end of the URL, whatever your channel is, you'll just put the question mark and then the rest of that.
Yes. And it,
Dude, that's
it
awesome.
pops up the dialog box that says, would you like to subscribe? Yes or no. And most people are lazy. They just click on the yes, like 80-90% of the time. So it creates an auto subscriber for you essentially in almost every case.
Man, yeah, that's awesome. Shoot, I'm gonna do that myself. Okay, guys, let's see. I'm gonna jet because I have I'm a couple minutes late for my next call that I'm gonna jump on here. But if you guys have questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out. And then I think starting next week we're gonna start doing 2 coaching calls a week. So we'll send out an email to confirm, but it'll be the same link. I think we're gonna start doing Mondays and Wednesdays. So you guys can jump on both of those if you want. All right, rock and roll. We'll talk to you guys soon. Keep on keeping on.